Hey, Jack. All right. You got this stuff?
Yeah, all cleaned in oil.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get it on.
Who are these guys?
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
Live from Springfield, Missouri, the one, the only, P1 Green.
What?
Get it! Do it! Get it! Get it! Get it!
Excuse me, can I get a cup of coffee? Black? Can't you see we talking? White?
Good morning, everybody. How are you, Martin?
I'm fine, kid. How are you today?
I am all right. I am all right this morning. Oh, and we already have Railway Nation.
Sci-Fi Mom.
Sci-Fi Mom B. Hey. Well, I guess there's a few people that are excited for today's topic.
Well, I know I'm one of them.
You know what? I try to keep it interesting. I do. I try to keep it fun and interesting, and hopefully everyone can get something out of it. But you know, you never know sometimes. Anyway, today our topic is let's see, it is top 10 genre. It's the top 10 genre film adaptations. Okay, now I want it understood. I'm not talking about an adaptation that is an exact adaptation. Okay, a perfect adaptation. There's very few films that that are that way, and seriously, if I were to do that list, it would be an incredibly short list. There's very few filmmakers that have attempted to actually do that, because it's really hard to do. It's not impossible, but it's really hard. And given the way films are being made today, I don't think a lot of these filmmakers today have the patience to try to adapt a story almost word for word. So, in my opinion, these are just some of the best adaptations. They manage to communicate a good portion of what the author was originally intending. In certain cases, it's a good amalgamation of different things, but all still, playing towards that. You'll see what I mean once we start on the list. I think that looking back on it, for me, that was one of the things growing up that really sparked a deeper interest in books, mainly. Because not all adaptations are actually, it isn't all just about literature. It's not literary adaptations, it's just adaptations. So, I mean, you can adapt a play or a comic or even a television show, or technically just another film, technically. But I think, anything that can, in my opinion, inspire you to want to go deeper into it is a good thing. And it's definitely led to, at least over the last 20 to 25 years, it's led to an entire generation of kids getting into books, and really has also led to uh, uh, something that has been very beneficial, at least for the American comic book industry. What do you think, Martin?
Well, I certainly haven't given uh, the same amount of thought that you have. But yes, it's hearing you say you can see the truth behind your words.
Well, again, I try to make this I try to make it something that would be interesting, and especially when I begin the list, I think that you'll be able to see that. So it's nothing like the beginning. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, at number 10. Uh, you know, this particular book, this particular story, has always really meant something to me personally. And I think that ultimately, uh, at least the version that I like, the one that I was really close to, is one that continues to entertain children and adults of all ages. And that is a film based on a book by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry called The Little Prince. And the version that I really love is the 1974 film adaptation. Uh, it it was just very well done, and not to say anything against the 2015 version at all, uh, but I I really loved the version from '74, and I think having, you know, Richard Kiley, Joss Auckland as part of the cast, uh, it, yeah, it was just a magical movie. And it's one of the, you know, it's a film that I really do believe that uh, you can still show today, and I think kids would really get into it. Of course, actor Clive Revell, but the ability to be able to watch someone like Bob Fosse, the legendary Bob Fosse, uh, who portrays the Snake, uh, but it also includes my all-time favorite Gene Wilder performance. Even more
Really?
so, yes. It's look. I have said what I've said about uh, Willy Wonka. You know, I agree with the author. That movie that he did, Gene Wilder, that's a movie, but it is not the best adaptation of the book. You know, you can argue that if you've never really read the book. And for many people who don't read the book, that's a great adaptation until you actually read it. I believe that this is my favorite performance from Gene Wilder overall. uh, uh, was this film where he portrays the fox. Uh, it does require something, and again, this is one of those. If you understand what he's going for, what they're all going for, it makes it very poignant, and it's an incredible performance. Uh, uh, I think I think director Stanley Donen did an incredible job, and having actors act out the parts rather than having them completely wear makeup to get them closer to how these characters look. I think that was really that's groundbreaking, and it gives everything a kind of it's almost like a stage play when you watch it, but it's just done on location. Um, this is the film where I first saw Joss Ackland, who many of you would know as the main bad guy from Lethal Weapon 2, who was Denomalous in the sequel to Bill and Ted, which is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. This was the first time I ever remember seeing Joss Ackland, and he was the king in this movie. Yeah, but again, it's one of those few times growing up, because as a child you don't know who someone like a Richard Kiley is, or even Bob Fosse. Learning as I got older that Bob Fosse was the snake in this movie just lends a lot to understanding how great Bob Fosse was in terms of his physical performances and what he's known for. So, have you ever seen this movie?
No. You see, I usually have that book on my collection because I read it as a child, and
Oh,
but it was from the book. The book was property of my mother. So when I move out, I go and I went and bought my own copy, which apparently I lost in the last
aw.
moving. Now, well, no, it's always gratifying buying that book again. uh, but I have always lived with the book, and believe it or not, with an animated series that I cannot pinpoint which one exactly is. I think it may be an anime from '78, The Adventures of Little Prince, but I am not sure.
Wow.
But I didn't know the existence of this one, and I'm watching it. I'm seeing the IMDb page, and man, does the kid look the part?
Yeah, let me go ahead and share screen and give everybody some examples. That's Bob Fosse there. I mean, yeah, this kid's adorable. I mean, there's
And
Bob Fosse again. Gene Wilder.
oops, sorry,
Oh,
there
sorry.
it is.
Lerner and Lowe giving you the music. See, that's when you know you have quality with Lerner and Lowe. And yeah, this is just a beautiful film. And again, as I said, one of my favorites. So there you go. That's number 10.
I mean, they nailed the costume of the Little Prince.
Yeah. Huh. Wow.
Richard Kiley as the pilot, and as you know, the pilot is Antoine de Saint-Exupéry,
Mm-hmm.
because I like how the whole story, he inserts himself. He's the witness of everything. in this takes place in the middle of one of his real life adventures.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh, now I have to find this movie.
Wow. It's this is as I said, this is one of my personal favorites. And um one that one that has stayed with me ever since I first saw it. So
Yes, I've been in that situation. Oh,
anyway,
right.
um wow. Anyway, and now we go for number 9. Uh for number 9, I wanted to it did take me a while to get past the little prince. Uh I I really had to think hard on that one. And when it came to me, I just said, yeah, well, duh. you know, uh, it is a particular film that I think uh, definitely is part of a book, a very legendary book. This movie only deals with a small part of it. And given how many times Hollywood has gone to this book, Hollywood's only really adapted the latter half of the book. Very rarely does it try to adapt any of the earlier stuff in the book. And that's one of the things that makes this number 9 entry stand out. It's Walt Disney's The Sword and the Stone. Uh, I I really like this. It's an incredible story. It's a fun story. Uh, Again, it's Walt Disney. 1964. Uh, and I just, it makes you want to be Arthur in this particular story. And uh, I think, given a lot of the talent that they had in the making of the film, the voices, uh, Ricky Sorensen as Wart, Sebastian Cabot as Sir Ector. Sebastian Cabot's one of those actors that when this film first came out, he had already been in a few films, he had already done a few things, but it wouldn't be until the mid to late 60s that a lot of people would actually get a chance to see him in their homes from week to week. He became, he was part of the cast of a television show called Family Affair. And Sebastian Cabot's just, when you hear him talk, I mean, everything he says, he was, I don't know, he made every little kid wish that they had their own butler, in a way. So, you know, great character actor Norman Alden as Sir Kay. Uh, wow, Alan Napier as Sir Pellinor. Alan Napier is a name that's definitely familiar to anybody that's watched a lot of television in the 60s, particularly one particular show from 1966 called Batman. Alan Napier was Alfred. And then, of course, the incredible Carl Swinson as Merlin. Martha Wentworth as Madame Mim, and Jenny Taylor as the little girl squirrel. Um, this particular story is just taken from the portion of Arthur's life that very rarely gets a lot of attention, especially when you think about T.H. White's book. But I also like the fact that he's not called Arthur, that he's called Wart in this, which helps to, I think it helps kids to identify better with him as a character. But here, let me, for those of you who have never seen this movie, it is something to, I think, behold. And it's a lot of fun. It's very colorful. And again, it's a way of having the story of Arthur and his knights, but in a different way, you know? So let me see if I can get that up for you here.
That's what she said.
Ba-dum-bum. Here you go. But really, it's taken from T.H. White's book, and it's really all about the lessons that Merlin teaches Arthur in becoming a king. Like I said, this part of the book is something that in the past has never really garnered a lot of attention, even though it helps you to understand how Arthur made it from being this young man to being the king, and the lessons that he had to learn in order to rightfully be a just king. So, and again, it's got music. You know, wow. Wow. Just the skill that it took to animate all of this. And unfortunately, it looks like Disney's lost a lot of that expertise. Anyway, so here you go. The Sword and the Stone. Oh, Jack Albertson? Wow. Okay. A lot of people may not know that name, but great character actor. He was in the grandfather in Willy Wonka.
Oh,
It's Jack.
oh,
That's Jack Albertson. Wow. Oh, Tudor Owen also another great character actor. Jeez, they had a lot of talented people. Wow. Okay. Anyway,
fascinating.
Sword and the Stone. Fun movie. Again, one of my favorites, and yeah.
Oh, there's another show of Blue Angels.
Oh,
So,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump out of that. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Do you remember the original show? It was something of the 70s or 60s.
Well, I remember seeing a lot of the Blue Angels when I was little. I mean,
Well, I'm taking that you saw the real Blue Angels. But that I wasn't Venezuela. I just have the TV show, and they eventually I bought a model kit of the Blue Angels, but they at that moment they have changed the jets, and now was on Phantoms F4 Oh, I love that kid. It was 4 planes, and of course you have to build them.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Sounds like you did.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, I love that show. I think it was there at the same time that SWAT. Well, back in Venezuela, where you really didn't know when things were released because you have to wait for the dub version to come
Mhm.
down.
Yeah. Mrs. A has joined us. Good morning, Keith and Martin and all. Hey, we're just happy to have you here, Mrs. A. She says The Little Prince was Paula's favorite book of all time. I didn't know there was a movie. Yes, there's two, at least. Uh, anyway, let's see. Emmanuel. Oh, I love that one. One of my favorites as a kid. It's good to know a lot of people really enjoy The Little Prince. It's a really well done film. And again, please check out the 2015 animated film as well. Um, because that one also has an incredible cast. And the pilot, uh,
Yeah,
in that one is Jeff Bridges.
I passed on that one because what I want to see is the story as in the book, and that movie is somebody, a child and an adult bonding over reading the book.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that it's not a good movie. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not what I want to see.
Understandable. That is understandable.
Oh, we should go with our list of people in the chat. It's always good to see you,
Wow.
Ariel.
Yeah.
You know that.
Ariel Belay. The Princess Bride and the Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Wow. Those are some nice ones. Now, the 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 great thing about really having this kind of topic outside of just the list is I like talking to people about the books that they've read. That is something that I think I think a lot of people in the entertainment industry and Hollywood in particular don't really get into anymore. You know, you used to hear about people adapting more books, but now that you're dealing uh, with people who seemingly don't read a lot of books, you're getting fewer and fewer adaptations, and what few you do get are changed in ways that are just really strange. You know, you have to scratch your head sometimes in wondering why they made certain decisions. Of course, you know, now knowing that a lot of people there don't really read, that explains a lot, you know. So, and Ariel also added Jurassic Park. It's a good one too.
No, I would disagree strongly.
Really?
Yeah, as you see, I will always uh, praise the technical advancement in the movie. I will always remember how I felt when I saw that movie for the first time, first row and center in the theater. So I was making my own IMAX before IMAX existed. And that scene when you see the iris of a T-Rex contracting with by the flashlight and everything, I I have I have very good memories of seeing that movie. And then I read the book, and boy, is that movie watered down.
Yes,
Oh,
it is. In fact,
it's
there was a
horrible.
lot of stuff that was planned for the movie that they cut out, and so they just saved it for the sequel, and they just put it in the
Yeah,
sequel.
well, two or three things, but not the important things.
Mm-hmm.
The movie, the book is a an essay on ethics
Mhm.
in the science world. And the
Mhm.
movie is, oh my God, they're gonna eat me. So no, all Jurassic Park movies are dumb. The first one is the only one that has some value to it, but still is not nearly. No, it's too far removed from the book. The book is awesome, and the second book is even better. Oh my God, the second book is. If you haven't read it, go read those two books. You will thank me later. But the movies were meh, and now we are training raptors to follow laser pointers. Fuck that! Oh no, not even that. Now we're talking about we're making a dinosaurs movie in which the enemy are insects. Yeah,
Well,
that is what Jurassic Park has developed. But as an adaptation, no, it is not a good adaptation.
you know what?
Well,
I think
it's
this.
better than the Running Man. I can give you that.
You know what? I think. Uh, I think I'm going to go ahead and get into this next one. Number 8.
Oh,
Now, number 8. Uh, you know what, Ariel? I'll denounce it as soon as
no,
I
no.
get through.
She's challenging me because the thing is not
Oh.
the amount of things that were left away in the movie in the adaptation is
Mm-hmm.
the thing they chose to keep and the thing they chose to to get away with.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bad selection. The movie the they took a great story and made it just a sequence of action scenes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I know. Ariel will never forgive me, and I will have that cross to bear forever.
Well, on to number 8. Now, number 8 is also a very special film to me. A really good adaptation. Again, as I said at the beginning, it's not a perfect adaptation, but it is, it's able to communicate what the author was originally intending. And he also had a lot to do with the film that was made. In fact, he makes a cameo appearance, and he liked working with the producers so much that the producers of the film were actually making the movie during the day and shooting a television show at night. And the author liked working with them that so much is that he contributed a few things to their television series while it was in production also. Um, so we're going to go with the 1991 film, The Rocketeer, another Walt Disney film. But it's also a really good film directed by Joe Johnston, who is also the director of Captain America: The First Avenger. This movie would make a nice double feature with that Captain America film. Uh, I I really love the comic that it's based on, and so for me, I just enjoyed the heck out of really out of the whole of this movie. This is just a lovely film that you could just sit down and watch with your family and enjoy. Billy Campbell, Jennifer Connelly, Alan Arkin, Timothy Dalton, Paul Sorvino, Terry O'Quinn, Ed Lauder, James Handy, Robert Miranda. I mean, come on. An incredible cast. Again.
You could say that you could do a crossover Captain America and Rocketeer. Rocketeer would be the the Falcon of that day.
Yeah, but the thing is that you know, Cliff, the lead character, isn't so much a superhero as he's just a guy. You know, that's the thing that made the Rocketeer so much fun to read as a comic. It's just a guy.
Oh yeah.
You know, and again, creator Dave Stevens makes a cameo appearance in the movie. And he enjoyed working with Danny Bilson and Paul DeMeo so much that he helped them out on the production of their television series called The Flash. So you see this kind of Art Deco piece here for the
Of
Rocketeer
course.
poster. Okay. This will all tie in.
Well,
Dave Stevens contributed a lot of artwork to the Flash television series. Okay. So anytime you see any posters for bands or for certain things going on in the town, those are original pieces created by Dave Stevens. And then he also contributed murals on a lot of the walls in a lot of the buildings. Okay? So you're getting all this free Dave Stevens artwork. But there is one particular piece that actually became very important, and that was the mural in the police station. So much so that it inspired the mural that you see in the later Flash series on the CW. That mural is actually based on the one from the original Flash television series that was created by Dave Stevens. I know.
what?
Little random facts like that.
Fascinating. It's a shame I never got to really watch The Flash. The show didn't grab me.
Well, I mean, again, it wasn't really meant for everybody, and it wasn't the exact adaptation, you know?
Oh no. I prefer the one from the 90s.
Well, that's what I mean. This is what I'm talking about is the Flash show from the 90s.
Oh,
The producers were working on two projects at the same time. They would shoot the Rocketeer during the day and shoot the Flash at night. In case you didn't notice, the first season of the Flash, a lot of those episodes take place at night. Well, that's because that was the only time they had to film. It wasn't
almost
just
all
about,
episode.
Yeah, but some people had figured originally that it was because, you know, they wanted the suit to stand out. That was the story that went out. That was part of it. It helped the Flash's suit to truly stand out by filming at night. But the other reason was because that was the only time they could do it, considering that the producers were working on the Rocketeer during the day. So there you go. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's definitely a fun movie for the entire family. And what's the matter?
Let's read that comment from Ariel Valle. Oh my.
Something tells me Ariel Ballette's providing her own entertainment here.
Yeah, she didn't buy that excuse of no, we want the suit to look better. Nah, you're not fooling her.
No,
And
I'm
by
saying
you, I don't mean you. I mean the producers.
yeah. Oh, the producers didn't put that out. That was just something that the company did. That CBS and because everybody kept asking, well, why does the show always seem to take place at night? At least during the first season. And the joke was, oh, we wanted the suit to stand out, you know. But here's some of Dave Stevens' artwork here. This cover here. Now this is part of an anthology. That's Adam Hughes' artwork, inspired by Dave Stevens. It's Dave Stevens right there. More inspired artwork. It's an alternative movie poster.
I understand the push to bring the show to the new audience and of mainly kids. And but man, if you take out the Rocketeer suit from the days of the Art Deco, it's not the same thing.
Yeah, I know. I never thought it was a really good idea to do a kid's version of the Rocketeer anyway. I mean, first of all, you're supposed to understand that the rocket in and of itself is just dangerous.
Oh yes,
It's not something that
you
any
would.
little kid can actually handle. So, but I enjoyed this movie a lot.
Oh yes, man, Timothy Dalton. He was excellent chewing the scenery.
Oh, geez. Yeah, in order to be a good villain, you got to know how to properly chew. You can't just chew scenery. You got to chew it in a certain way.
Exactly.
And very few actors can do that. I mean, anybody could chew the scenery, but wow. Wow. I've never seen
Okay,
that poster before.
you should address this question. I know the answer, but it's your show.
Okay, let's see. What adaptations are we considering for the list? Or are we just doing books, or also listing ones from games, comics, history, etc.? Okay, good question. I had stated that at the beginning of the show. What we're looking at are just it's not necessarily perfect adaptations, not word for word adaptations of books. But what we are getting, is something that is still very well done as far as being a film that is able to incorporate what the original author had in mind for that particular property and still make it entertaining. Uh, there were a lot of things I considered, but didn't make the list. Wolverine 626 has a good list going. That
That
next
is
comment's for you, Martin.
yeah, and that is not true. I do love those beasties. Oh man, when I think the only possession of one of my brothers that I truly envy, he has a vertebrae of an ichthyosaur, an aquatic dinosaur. Oh
Wow.
yes,
Wow. Well, look, dinosaurs will always be cool. That's the one thing I think we can all agree on. They will always be cool. Wow. Let's see. What else does he say? Hold on. Wolverine 626 says
oh I have a ton of comments from him. We have this. He has he's been putting his own list. He has Die Hard, Reacher. I haven't read the books, but I have heard from people who has read them. then they like the adaptation. Jaws, the movie was better than the book.
Well, now let me at least say this. The Reacher movies are all right. I enjoy the television series more. It's
Yeah,
a little closer.
I believe he's talking about the series.
Oh, okay.
Psycho, I wouldn't know. The Magnificent Seven, well, Magnificent Seven is a reimagining of another story.
Yeah, the Seven Samurai.
Mm. And he agrees with you with Rocketeer, and he adds the Shadow and the Phantom.
Yes. Yes.
I agree.
I wish
More with the Phantom, because I knew the Phantom when I saw the Shadow. I didn't knew the character.
Oh yeah, without the Shadow, there'd be no Batman. That's where Batman got his guns from in the first story that he appears in. That's the reason why Batman started out using guns, because I think Bob Kane saw him as being more in the vein of the Shadow. And that's where the idea for the character of the Gray Ghost comes from in Batman the Animated Series. It's really the Shadow. So there you go. Let's see. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That's a good one. And as much as I don't like the movies, Harry Potter.
Now, my 4 daughters, they are Potterheads. That doesn't. There's no other way around it.
Yes.
But the one who she's more fearsome about the fandom.
Mm-hmm.
She says that she watched the movie because, well, it's they are the Harry Potter movies, but she doesn't like them. She said that it's the same thing I said with Jurassic Park. There are dumbed down versions of books she loved. Kid?
Okay. I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, when you love an IP so much, you want it to be us. With you want when you see on the screen, you want the most fidelity that you can get.
Yeah. Many times I do, but that really is Star Trek from Alex Kurtzman. It's a really dumbed down version of Star Trek. I mean, dumbed down. Like, not quite lowest common denominator, but you know.
I don't know. I think it's more than just dumbed down. It's done with malice.
Yeah.
It's to an original fan. It feels that there are some kind of malice. Like,
yeah,
you didn't talk to me in school, so I'm gonna destroy the thing you love.
yeah, and that's just an asinine reason to do something like that, you know. But hey, we can get into the psychological aspects of people who like to murder original ideas on another show. Um.
Oh, we would need an interview Mandy Patinkin, so it can be a show of Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
The Criminal Minds being that of the producer that enjoy destroying our beloved IPs. They are criminal.
Right. You are so right. I think it's time we got into number 7.
Oh yeah.
Which this is an adaptation of a book that really came in around the same time as really the beginning of the last century. So the story is at least 100 years old now. And it is one of the most... there's a lot of people who took a lot of inspiration from this story and used it in their comics or their movies that they made throughout the last century. So much so that by the time the movie came out, a lot of people thought that the movie was ripping off all these different movies when in actuality, but what story could it be? I don't know.
Oh.
It's going to have to wait because we are now having our time to show a very special mid-show sequence.
Okay. Let me take down the banner. And we'll see you
on the other side.
After the ad. If I can find it.
Meet the Seattle Vigilante. Like so many comic heroes, this warrior hides his identity. But his identity isn't the only secret he has to keep. After grievous wounds received during combat, Tier 1 operator John Russell begins to recover and comes to terms with his new reality of being an amputee. And as he learns how to use his new prosthetic limb, he finds himself caught up in the bureaucratic red tape that too many wounded veterans experience, the exhausting medboard process. Out of sheer frustration, John takes it out on the criminal scum of the city. But when reality kicks in, John realizes he started something that's having an impact on the greater world around him, and thus has to reevaluate his motives. And moreover, just how far is John willing to go to finish this war he's declared against the criminals in Seattle? And will he even survive? From the creator of IDW's award-winning graphic novel Code Word Geronimo comes a new story about a different kind of warrior, Vindicated Inc., the first of its kind disabled veteran action hero comic. The Vindicated Inc. graphic novel crowdfunding campaign on fundmycomic.com is provided in the description of this video. We hope you become a contributor. Please share this link. Thank you.
Hey,
Wow.
And we're back.
Yes, we are back. Now I need to pay off the build-up here.
Oh.
So for your consideration here, I have for you my number 7 entry. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you John Carter.
Oh yeah. John Carter of Mars. Man, I really like that movie. It's what happened with that movie was bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
Pardon my French.
Look, Bob Iger killed that film. He straight up murdered the movie. And again, I tell people all the time, if you're still one of those people thinking that Bob Iger's a savior, you got to understand that his reason for killing this movie is not the best of reasons, considering the people that actually worked on this film, how hard they worked, what they were attempting to accomplish, and that this was really part 1 of what they were hoping to be an ongoing series. Those who had really didn't know John Carter needed to understand that John Carter had like something like 30, 40 different novels, and that it was really about his adventures on Barsoom, which is really the word Barsoom is really Martian for Mars. But it was just a very good movie with an incredible setup, great cast, and inventive, fun. It's, again, one of those few films that you can actually watch with the entire family and have fun with. Would you not agree, Martin?
Yes. How can I not? Man, that movie. I went to the cinema with my whole family, and we were all so excited and laughing. The characters get you. Oh my God, the character of Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
That guy was awesome. That movie had everything, man. And it fell on its face.
Yeah. Well, look, I loved Andrew Stanton's directing. I mean, he was able to show that he had some talent beyond just animation. Taylor Kitsch, Lynn Collins, who, in my opinion, was really my first choice to be Wonder Woman. She could have easily have been Wonder Woman. Willem Dafoe, Samantha Morton, Thomas Hayden Church, the incredible Mark Strong, Ciarán Hinds, Dominic West, James Purefoy, Bryan Cranston, Polly Walker. I mean, Sabera. Oh, geez. You know, Daryl was originally the little brother from Spy Kids. And having him play Edgar was a really nice touch in this film. But yeah, you had an incredible cast. And, Bob Iger just stabbed the entire film in the back. And that's sad. They didn't even do a proper tie-in with the fact that John Carter was getting ready to celebrate its anniversary as a book. And they never even celebrated that. This would have been a perfect tie-in with Amazon and or your local library to advertise the fact that this is a legendary story from really one of the definitive masters of adventure storytelling pre-20th century, which is Edgar Rice Burroughs, the guy behind Tarzan. And very prolific author. And as I said earlier, someone who had written a lot of John Carter adventures. Unfortunately, he passed away before concluding the great adventure that he put these characters on. I think it was his final book was number 27. And this is years from this story. John has made his life on Barsoom. He has married Daisha, and they have kids. And that would be like you have The Empire Strikes Back, and George Lucas, who, again, I don't want anything bad to happen, but if George Lucas had just unexpectedly passed away before they figured out what they were going to do with the next movie. That's the kind of cliffhanger they left it on. And that's when he died. Edgar Rice Burroughs died in real life. So that didn't stop, generations of fans from getting into these books, but wow, I would have loved to have seen how the Disney people and Andrew Stanton, what they would have come up with had they been allowed to go that long. So, and in my opinion, there's no reason why you can't have a television series. I mean, it'd be great if someone could do that. I don't think Disney has the rights to this anymore. I think the Burroughs estate got it back. So if anybody was interested in actually doing something with this, you can now. I think it's available, and I'm looking, right at you, Universal, Warner Brothers, Sony. All of you are eligible to do something with this. So, anyway, what do you think, Martin?
Oh man, you touch a sore spot with that movie because man, the things that they could have done with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I know. There's still see, like I'm just like you, Martin. It's still hard to process that it's been as long as it has since this movie came out. But every time I sit down to watch it, by the end of the movie, I'm just thinking, why couldn't they have done more? You know?
Mm,
I mean, So this year marks the 12th anniversary since this film came out. It's been 12 years. Wow. And it still looks great. Anyway. Yeah. Wow. That's just oh well.
oh. You're being
Wolverine
called out.
66. Yes. I am surprised too. Or have I already placed it on the list?
You have to keep watching the show to know. Do you want to know more?
Yeah, I am only on number 7. So
Yeah, mea culpa. I helped to the real kid. I'm sorry.
well, it happens. But again, just everyone in chat. I mean, how many of you are fans of this particular film? And what do you think about Bob Iger having basically sabotaged the movie so that they could clear the deck to make it easier for George Lucas to sell them Star Wars, which is really what happened. Anyway, yeah. So that was number 7. And now we move on to number 6. I think by now people have noted that a lot of these are kind of family friendly, and I've always tried to stick to that. Um, I like recommending things that you can watch with your kids, really with your entire family, and have a lot of fun with. So I don't think my next choice is any different. But it's definitely got an incredible cast. I've talked about this particular one on previous shows. I know Martin's going to recognize this. But for my money, I think this is probably one of the best adaptations out there. I mean, it's on point. It's definitely one that I've enjoyed, my family has enjoyed, and I think for those who have been following me for a while, if you've sat down to watch it, I'm sure you had a good time watching it. So may I present to you my number 6 choice, Justice League, The New Frontier.
Yes. I like of that one the style in the art, the
Mhm.
drawing. It looks like a almost like a 50s show.
Yes, it is. And
except for
and
the
that
color.
that's that really is Darwin. That was Darwin Cook's intention. Um, uh, the artwork for this animated film is made to match Darwin Cook's artwork from the comic, so that you're literally bringing the comic to life. And I that's a very rare thing. Uh, this is just a well done movie. And for anybody who's never read DC Comics, this is my choice. If you're going to introduce someone to the world of DC, this is definitely the one that I would pick. This is a great introduction to the world of DC Comics and its heroes.
Yes, it is.
But
However,
however,
I prefer the dark side of uh, Apocalypse.
oh yeah.
Andre Brower made an excellent job, and for me, when I saw that movie, he became the definitive dark side for me.
yeah, I agree. Um, the character of Darkseid's just again a lot of fun. I think uh, uh, it really does depend on the person who you hire to inhabit that character. The New Frontier having actors like David Boreanaz from Angel, Miguel Ferrer, Neil Patrick Harris, John Hurd, Lucy Lawless, Kyle MacLachlan, Phil Morris, our good buddy here on Pop Culture Minefield, Phil Morris, Brooke Shields, Kara Sedgwick, Jeremy Sisko, man, Corey Burton, Jeff Bennett. I mean, come on.
Kid Davis, man.
Keith David, yes.
Robin
Atkin
Downs. Oh man, to me, he will always be that Ranger.
This is just
no, he wasn't Marcus. He was the telepath leader of in Babylon, the rogue telepath leader
in season 5. Yes, I think, in my opinion, this is pretty much the best of the DC animated films. And again, this is probably the biggest cast they've ever had for anything. But Brooke Shields in a DC animated film. Come on. Having Lucy Lawless, Xena herself, be the voice of Wonder Woman. And for those that enjoy the television series Fallout, it's definitely something that you got Kyle MacLachlan as Superman. Come on.
Well, after being Paul Atreides, what else could you aspire to be other than Superman?
Yeah. Anyway, that was mine. I just really love that film. It's just a fun film to watch, and I would definitely recommend that to anyone else. So let's see. Let's go with number. Let's see. We are at number 5. Okay. Number 5. Well, this
It's not Johnny.
This look, the top 5 I struggled with the order that I was going to place them in. There's a lot of changes, a lot of jockeying of positions and switches. And, I uh, I
Yeah,
really
right.
what's the matter?
Oh, Wolverine 66 says Starship Trooper. My man, Starship Troopers. Is no that movie has almost anything to do with the books. And for the record, I love both. I love the movies and I love the books. They are completely different,
Yeah.
but I love them both. The book, the series, the radio shows, the video games, whatever you want to talk about Starship Trooper, I am here to listen. I love that shit with no end. Even the second movie.
Well, hopefully this is one that you'll enjoy. Number 7. Uh, I have to
No,
say that.
number 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, number 5. Why did I say 7? Number 5. There was almost no way I could do a list like this and not have this movie on it. Again, it is based on what the author had originally wanted to do, but it's an amalgamation of several stories. But people just enjoyed this movie. And it's hard not to enjoy this movie. It's just so much fun. And personally, I mean, I remember when this movie came out. I remember the first time I saw it, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was watching. So, number 5, ladies and gentlemen, Conan the Barbarian.
Hell yeah.
What is best in life?
To
John
crush your
Milius.
enemies.
To see them driven before you and to hear the lamentations of the women. Yes. To me, I just think that Oliver Stone's screenplay is about as good as it gets. I think Schwarzenegger agreed. The late great William Smith, great character actor. Love that dude. Arnold Schwarzenegger, James L. Jones, Max von Sydow. Come on.
I remember seeing the one of the many documentaries about this movie, and the producer was saying, "I couldn't believe we got Max von Sydow."
Yeah. Yeah, this is a film that changed fantasy films. Ah, the lovely Sandahl Bergman.
This movie made fantasy films to be looked at seriously.
Yes. Yes. Wow. Oh, wow. Mako. Loved Mako. Mako's a great actor. Okay.
And I believe you met Sandal, right?
Yep.
Oh,
She was a guest at the very first convention I ever went to. And
you're a lucky one.
Oh. Yeah. I think I was 13 or 14 when I met her. Ooh. Meeting a woman like that at 13 years old. Yeah. If you're not already going through puberty you would be by the time you were done meeting her. Ooh, lovely lady, lovely lady. And a great film. This is just, I mean, everything about it. John Milius's direction, Oliver Stone's screenplay, the music, the look. I mean, just flippin' amazing. Wow. Wow. So, I think I've seen this movie multitudes of times. And I just, yeah, I need to go out and just get this in 4K. This is definitely a movie that will challenge your system in a great way. So,
What?
what happened?
Wolverine? No. No. What have you done to me? You have caused me emotional damage.
Oh, fighting words, Wolverine 626. Wow. Look, I like Jason Momoa. Yeah. I just felt he
But-
talked too much.
Yes, that
Conan-
wasn't good.
Conan doesn't speak a lot. Whoa, dude. Whoa. Hold up. Wait. Hold up. I gotta say something now. Come on, man. Uh, yeah.
That hurt.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Let's move on. Let's move on before something else is said.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're into the top 5. We've just gone past number 5. We're in top 4 now. Okay, this next one. Again, if you know me, you know I was probably going to have this on there. So I can't really apologize too much. I really love this movie. You know, the first time my brother and I actually sat down to watch it, I was very I was it was just something that I'd never seen before. And it stays with you long after you've seen it. You know, it's again, like I keep saying, but I really do mean it. This is an incredible cast. I
An
mean,
incredible movie. The production alone.
oh, right? I mean, it's just
Rings of Power could learn a thing or two from this one.
a lot of films could learn a thing or two from this movie. And I just think that if you've never seen it, you should watch this movie. It is it's a film that it's a film that I think how do I put this? I know that there's a documentary that is being put together right now about this film.
Really?
Yes. And some of the things that I learned about the movie. The other day, I had read something and it got into the cast. And after I did the math, it was just like, wow, I can't believe that the director did that. Because I think I would hesitate doing it like that. But, you know. But let's just stop and actually reveal to the audience what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Because This is bad of us to be so deep into talking about the movie. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you movie number 4. John Borman's Excalibur.
Yes, I remember little me in the cinema. I don't know what I was going there to watch, but then the trailer for this movie appeared with Carmina Burana and everything in it. Ah, and I had to wait years to watch it
Well, here's
because
something
I could.
that you may not know, because I learned this just the other day. Uther Pendragon, okay, the guy at the beginning of the movie, the king, his wife, not his wife, but the wife of the other chieftain who Uther lusted after,
Yeah.
is the daughter of the director.
Oh,
It's just like, that's different.
man, Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
The-
Well, there's a story about Helen Mirren and Nicole Williamson, who was Merlin. What the director at first did not realize is that Helen and Nicole had actually dated years before. And it ended very badly.
Oh,
So there was a tension there whenever they would perform their scenes together, of two people who really didn't like one another. So some of those scenes where you see them, kind of not liking
despise
each other, yeah, there's a little bit
Yeah.
of extra spice there. But the ironic and cool thing is that by the time you got to the middle of production and for the rest of the shoot, whatever differences they had were put aside. In fact, whatever animosity was between them disappeared. And they became really, really, really good friends.
That is always good.
Now, the other half of that story is that Helen started dating someone else. She met a man and they hit it off, and they kept dating after the production was done. Would you like to know who that is?
Of course.
Liam Neeson.
What?
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
And the kid version of Mordred,
Mhm.
yeah, that's also the director's son.
Nepotism much?
Well, I also like the fact that, again, looky who we have here. Ciarán Hinds in another movie.
Yet again.
He's everywhere. This was actually the film where I was first introduced to Patrick Stewart. This is the first film I ever saw him in. Of course, Liam Neeson. Gabriel Byrne. That's Uther Pendragon. Nicole Williamson. Helen Mirren. Nicholas Clay. And the late, great Nigel Terry. Wow. I really, look, as far as I am concerned, every time I think about King Arthur, it's Nigel Terry's face and performance that I see.
Yeah. Is this movie. You
Yeah.
see, I don't always do the things in the supposedly correct chronological order.
Mhm.
So I watched this first. and then the Sword in the Stone. And this movie is the reason because of for which I do not like the Sword in the Stone,
Yeah.
because this movie is so gritty and dark and powerful, and then when I go see the other the well, it's not the previous part. It's a segment in the middle of the Excalibur line. When I see it, when I sat and watched this, and so it's also full of joy and laughter and music. I said, this is not the same thing. What is it? And I got strongly prejudiced against the movie.
Yeah.
Man, because this movie is something else.
It's nothing like it. I mean, before or since, this is like a living piece of art, is really what it is. And wow, yeah, wow, just wow.
Whoa, Wolverine, put away those claws. You're shredding everything we bring to you today.
Oh,
Uh,
well, yeah, you're right, Wolverine 626. Technically, The Lion King is an adaptation of Kimba the White Lion. Now, on to our next one. We are at number.
there's even a lawsuit to support that claim.
So now we are ready for our third film. And this one definitely had to be on the list.
Oh yeah,
Because I don't think it would have been possible to not have this film on the list. And it is such. This is also another film that you can definitely watch with the entire family. I don't think anybody expected this movie to be as powerful and as big as of a hit as it became. Yeah. What do you think, Martin?
well, I don't know, because any skepticism that could have been in at the times, I think that the trailer for that movie, just the trailer, changed the perception of the public. I think it changed the industry,
Yeah.
because the things you could see or we saw for the first time in that trailer, of course, I've never seen anything like that, and today is very hard to topple that without CGI,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was all done practically. Oh my god! I'm I'm telling you, man. There's still, whenever I see that movie, there are scenes that I say, how in the hell did they do that? And yes, you were right, Wolverine.
Well, that's it. I think Wolverine just spoiled the whole thing, but he is correct. Our next film, number 3 on the list, is the very influential and fun family film, Richard Donner's Superman, the movie from 1978.
You will believe a man could fly. Look at that. The scene in which he lands on Lois's balcony, How did they manage to do that? Man, it's
very carefully.
it's beyond convincing.
Well, I mean, just Richard Donner's directing. Tom Mankiewicz' script, based on a story by Mario Puzo. Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, Gene Hackman, Marlon Brando, Ned Beatty, Jackie Cooper, Glenn Ford, Trevor Hauer, Jack O'Halloran, Valerie Perrine, Maria Schell, Terrence Stump, Neil before Terrence Stump, Phyllis Thaxter, Susanna York, Jeff East, who is from Missouri, Mark McClure, Sarah Douglas, who I did get a chance to meet, lovely lady,
Oh,
and Harry Andrews.
hey, everyone. How are you?
Wow. It's a good movie. It's just a good movie.
Yeah. Oh,
And again, this is definitely something that you can just sit the kid. I mean, it's summer, okay? You can just take this movie out right now and just sit down and watch it with the kids and have a good time with it.
oh man.
And for
The
my
irony.
money, run this back to back with Richard Donner's version of Superman 2. You'll have a great evening. That's all I can say.
Indeed. And skip the credit because it is all one story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
that movie. Oh man, the memories you're bringing back with it. Ah,
Otisburg. Otisburg? It's just a little place. Oh, man. Okay.
oh, we
Let's
have
see.
a tie in the number 3.
Yes, we do. We do have a tie. In number 3, I was going to surprise you by saying, "Hey, but guess what? There's something else. Something else to see. Something else to experience. Something else that another film that is, in my opinion, a great film to run, even as a um, double feature with Superman the movie." Okay? And then you were to say, well, what movie is that? And then I would say, well, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the feature that tied was Superman the movie.
Not an easy feat.
Spider-Man,
Boom.
2002. But and this is another fun movie.
Yes. That was another movie which the hype that the trailer caused was well backed up.
Yeah.
Well backed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has its little details, but who cares? That movie's awesome. And I have a hot take here. I like this one more than the second one.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Tobey
not saying
Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, Willem Dafoe, James Franco, Cliff Robertson, Rosemary Harris, J.K. Simmons, Joe Manganiello, uh, Gary Becker, who is actually from Missouri, Bill Nunn, Jack Betts, Stanley Anderson. Wow. Of course, Ted Raimi, Bruce Campbell, and Elizabeth Banks as Betty Brant.
I am a photographer. I noticed. Man, Bruce, dear old Bruce, was making cameos in all the 3 movies. Always as a different character. That's the thing.
Oh. See, Wolverine 626. Donner's Superman 2 is better, but I can't watch it in conjunction with the first film due to it being incomplete. I totally get what you're saying, but it's not as jarring to watch as the theatrical cut of Superman 2. That's just jarring. But yeah. And you're right, JK definitely was born to bring JJ to life.
Indeed. No, he's not the same character. In the first one, he's the wrestling presentator, and in the second one, he's a theater. It's in the second and the third one that he's a theater usher.
Yeah, theater usher, and then I think a waiter in the third one.
Yes, the waiter in the restaurant, the maitre d' of the restaurant. So no, he's not the same character. Oh man, that movie.
Just
I think that after Batman 89, okay, we had the X-Men movies, but I think this one was the one that was taken more seriously.
Yeah, it was. Okay,
And
well, it is time for the second film. Number 2. Okay.
Many
Now,
people is not gonna like it.
I understand, but you know what? Even though I said that it doesn't have to be exact, that's kind of sort of what this film is known for. You know, it's definitely a film that, has some detractors. A good portion of it mainly because of who the person is who directed it. But
Now, Keith, read this one. This could have been a very, very good twist if they had pursued it. Bruce Campbell being Mysterio all the time.
Yeah, I would have loved that, but Sony didn't want to go for it. That's the long and short of it. Sony. Yeah. Hello, Miss Penny. It's always good to have you around. Okay, so we have reached number 2. Number 2 is a film that is unlike any other of its same genre. Number 1 being the fact that I think the director truly was captivated and a big fan of the story. So, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting.
I need a drum roll in my soundboard.
Come on.
Here it is.
Ta-da!
And I completely agree. Yes, there was the thing that they changed the giant squid for Dr. Manhattan's ability,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the faking the abilities of Dr. Manhattan. Okay, but let's be clear. Let's be honest here. The giant squid thing wouldn't have worked on a screen. It wouldn't have.
You're right. I think that's part of the reason why, I mean, I get why some people are not that happy, but this really is a great example of a film that was pretty much a near shot for shot remake.
Yes. I guarantee you that I have my copy of the book. Is the first comic you see when you enter to this room. That's all I have to say. Follow only for Watchmen before. I know it's not from Moore, but I don't care. I love the character, so I got the 3 books, and after that is and myself, the next book, the very next book to Watchmen is Kingdom Come. So you have an idea how much I like the book Watchmen.
Well, again, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but this is solid filmmaking and a great adaptation.
And I will die on the hill. This is the best superhero movie made to date.
I can see that. Oh, good movie. Really good movie. Okay.
All right.
So, before we reveal number 1, let me go ahead and give you my list of honorable mentions.
Somebody's gonna get happy here.
Rosemary's Baby, which to me is really the number 1 film as far as adaptation, because of the way it was made and how faithful it is to the original story that it's based on. Twilight, The Hunger Games, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and let's see, MASH,
Yes.
and finally, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So there you go.
Okay, we have a question from Wolverine.
Okay, let's get to
Wasn't-
Wolverine's question.
Wasn't In the Heat of the Night based on a book?
I think it was. That's a very good one. If you want to, we can just add that one to the honorable mentions list. Okay. So, we've reached the top. And I got to say, with this film, I don't think I could have. I know it. It's the fact that this is so good, and it's been recognized as such. There's almost no real way to argue. And I know you can always do that, but I mean, there's almost no real way to argue that point.
I have heard the stupid argument that visually it hasn't aged well, and I was, what? How could you say that?
Well, I could see that.
No, I can. The thing looks awesome. No, it's not 007. You have 2 more chances, Wolverine.
You can do it, Wolverine. Come on.
Okay, I think we better go.
Reveal it. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so the the film at number 1 is, in actuality and in all honesty,
Yeah,
it
we are
is
we are kind of cheating here.
The Lord of the Rings. And while this is the Fellowship of the Ring, I've decided to treat the whole thing as one film, you know. So,
Yeah,
you know, Fellowship, Two Towers. Yeah.
considering that they shot it as a one film, so yeah,
Okay.
one trilogy to rule them all. Man, that this movies.
I think that's it.
Mm.
I mean, there's that. I think we've reached the end of the list.
I think everybody has his special moment with this trilogy. That special scene, that special line. Dude, even the credits for the third one was a piece of art. Nah, and then you have the Rings of Power. And the Hobbit. Man, the Hobbit disappointed me. I could only bear one movie. And I didn't leave the theater just because I was with my family. I did not like that one. But this, the attention to detail, to every single little detail. No, this is
Well, it's good to know it's affected everybody. That everybody seemingly has enjoyed this list for the most part. But let me just say officially that I enjoy doing this for everybody. I really do. You guys do make it challenging sometime to come up with some of this stuff, but you know. Anyway.
yeah, and then it cannot be easy that your co-host is kind of a jerk from time to time. So,
Yeah.
well, that's me. I'm used to myself.
Well,
Okay.
wow. Anyway, good show today. I want to thank every single person in the chat, starting with James Caserta, Penny, Wolverine626, Ariel, The Bullet Ballet, Mrs. A, Lord Thoth, Admiral Teague, Emmanuel, Shinadsky, Sci-Fi Mombi, and of course,
And of course, Real Weight Nation.
Sorry, I just got an indication here. Sorry. Personal message.
Ah.
Yes, Real Wade Nation. Wow. People just seem to want to contact me while I'm doing the show. Anyway, I think that's our show for today. So, let's see. On behalf of myself and my good buddy Martin here, we hope that you have a fantastic day.
See you again soon. Have a good day, everybody.